Bamu, kai kui te mapie pimusiu. Dasopya is a constructed language made in 2024 by me. It's an attempt at making a simplistic a priori language for international communication. A priori meaning that every word is made from scratch, as opposed to other auxlangs which often borrow words from specific languages. This allows the language to be more culturally neutral, with no bias for any country. Dasopya is currently considered stable, with only minor changes and word additions in the foreseeable future. It has about 800 root words, which can essentially be compounded in any way you want in order to maximize their usage. These root words never change through any system like conjugation or even when they're compounded. Every letter is always pronounced the same, which is their IPA equivalent, except for the letter Y, which is pronounced like an English sound Y. If you don't know what the IPA is, just pronounce each letter like English and you should be fine, though the vowels are preferred to be a bit more like Spanish. The alphabet is as follows: An, Oba, Oda, En, Oga, Oha, In, Oke, Ole, Oma, One, On, Ope, Osa, Ote, Un, Owa, Oya. Dasopya has many diphthongs that it creates with W and Y, but they can be pronounced as vowels if the speaker prefers. Pya can be pia, and dao can be dao. Sentences are usually SVO, subject-verb-object order, but can be rearranged in any way that the speaker wants, because each part of the sentence is marked with a particle. Subjects are marked with the preceding particle a, verbs with e, and objects e. If the subject is at the start of the sentence, it doesn't need a subject marker. Bai idani e de means I like animals. Mai aku I blue means now you go. If you have multiple subjects, verbs, or objects, just introduce the new one with the same particle. Swe ihai elano e sapa e hidwa means they have bread and fish and vegetables. Any word can act as an adjective if it's put before a word. Lake kupa means red fruit, a fruit that is red. Compound words are formed just by combining the describing words with the word being described. You can tell the difference based on the word stress, which is always put on the last syllable of the word. Lake kupa means red fruit, a fruit identified by being red, maybe a raspberry or strawberry for example. You can combine as many words as you want. Musumoju kebo means bedsheet, sleep furniture cover. Every word in Dasopya can also be used as any part of speech, depending on context, but can be disambiguated by using different root words. By itself, syo can mean life, alive, or to live. However, you can also attach it to the root words gen, bei, or siu to make it more specific. Syogen means life, life concept. Syobei means alive, life related. And syosiu means to live, life due. Similarly, there's no articles or plurality by default, so koko can mean rock, rocks, the rock, a rock, etc. For questions, you simply start with the question marker kai and replace what you're asking about with kya. Kai kiwi botia kya literally means, question, you want what? As a note, something that sets Dasopya apart from other auxlangs is that it's pro-drop, which in Dasopya's case means that you can drop any part of a sentence that's obvious from context. Bai swa sole means I'm happy, but you can also say bai sole, which directly translates to I happy, while being grammatically correct. We'll go over a few more words you can use to help you with more complex sentences, like teso, which creates a dependent clause. It's the equivalent of the English words that, which, or who, depending on the context. Swe isahi egwa teso egui means they need a house that is good. There's also the particle u, which marks the indirect object, which is usually represented by the English word to. Idaya-san ubai means give that to me. The last vowel particle you need to know is o, which marks loanwords. Even though Dasopya is a priori, it still needs a system to be able to mark and use words like the names of people and countries. However, this system also extends to words that are nearly universal, being represented in a majority of the top 5 spoken languages. O Mexico means Mexico, and O pizza means pizza. And those are all the basics. Dasopya has an official website which links to additional, easy-to-access guides and documentation if you want to learn more. They are quickly growing, and I hope to make more video material as well as guides in different languages. There's currently a Dasopya YouTube channel if you want to check that out too. As usual, I'll end this video off with a translation, this time one of my own. This is the Tower of Babel in Dasopya. Mai apolu daso ihai eman pia esun moisamu. Sialon aswe I potu doke damu, aswe I buli sai e kagai gosu lao dego hoi osinalu. equals sadi boy sandin. Sia swe ipia u tau swe ibuli amoy bai isu kokokado iplabe tasyo eswe. Sia swe ihai kokokado talu koko sia obitumen talu kokokado kano. Diu aswe ipia ibuli. Amoy bai gua talu moy bai hito etasegua taso ihai eswe pago lau tegadin. Tau begu amoy bai idiu doigosube kwe hapu biotela hoi plada so. Tegai kwe pai buli talu loi hito etasegua. Teso aquesiot dao imiagua. Sia atega ipia iloi amoy swe man hapu dao. Sia swe ihai bulu man pia. Sia pin dole sadigen doke goi hoi swe siu. Soi goi teso aswe tegi siu idiu mai beswa kwe kobu boi swe. Ibuli amoy bai kwe pai plu isandin kwe mapi eswe pia. Kwe taku aswe isoi mapi pia hoi tau swe. Boi sese atega eswe idoi gosube kwe hapu doke sandin biotela hoi plada so. Sia swe itepi gua hito. Boi sese agua iswa samube o babelu. Boi taku sandin atega ikwe mapi pia hoi plada so. Sia doke sandin atega eswe idogosube kwe hapu biotela hoi plada so.